What's up, YouTube? Close here. The other day I did a list of the top 10 Warzone guns between Modern Warfare and Black Ops Cold War. So figured I needed to give the bottom 10. So, in this list, you're not going to find pistols or launchers, crossbow, some of the stuff, the riot shield. I don't think that that's fair to judge those in this. So what you're going to have is you're going to have ARs, SMGs, snipers, and shotguns. So, hope you enjoy the list, and if you do, please like and subscribe and click that notification. Have a great day.
That was close.
And at number 10, we have the Scar. Now, the Scar is a very difficult gun to judge because it is very powerful when you pick it up, but the problem is it only can carry 25 to 30 bullets, which we all know when you're fighting multiple people, that is not enough. That's not enough firepower. It hits hard. It's got good range, got good damage. The kick is a little erratic, but compared to the other ARs in the game, you're just not using this. If it had a 50 or a 60 round mag, I can see this being a very, very good gun. But the problem with this gun is it doesn't. So you're not going to use this. Which sucks because it is a good gun. When you pick it up on the ground and it's floor loot, but I'm not going to choose it for my loadout probably ever. So yeah, that's the Scar. Don't use it. And coming in at number 9 is the Striker 45. Now, the problem with the Striker 45 is that it has the second lowest rate of fire for SMG. It's an SMG that kind of wants to be an AR. It's got it does a good bit of damage. The range is pretty good, but the recoil pattern is really tough to control. So if you're using it's a very difficult gun to use. But if you're in that close range, it does hit hard where it's not going to be kicking as much. But I mean, you have to be very close range to use it. So, if you're going to run this gun, I mean, you have to be, somewhere like downtown where you're fighting in buildings. It's just not a very viable gun for Warzone, especially for it being an SMG. And at number 8, we have the M60. Now, the problem with the M60 is the recoil. It bounces all over the place, and it's a slower shooting gun, which is obviously is not that good in Warzone when you have the Finn or the Bruin or something like that, where obviously the Bruin has been nerfed to hell and back. But when you're running the M60, you're running an LMG, you want that gun that just stays on the target, hits hard. With this thing, it bounces around. I'd like to see some changes to it, but right now it's not that great in Warzone. Obviously in regular Black Ops in the multiplayer, it's pretty good. It hits hard. Obviously the maps aren't that large with where you're fighting, so you're not going to see that much of a kick. But when you're getting into that medium range, very, very tough to control. So that's why it's number 8 on my list. And at number 7, we have the EBR 14. Now, if you look at this gun, it will look very familiar. It kind of looks like the Type 63 in DMR. The issue with this gun is it is a modern warfare gun, so therefore it actually uses sniper rounds instead of the AR like the DMR or the Type 63 uses. It has great damage, it has great range. There's just not enough ammo when it comes down to it. It hits hard. I'm surprised it hasn't actually been used more. But because it does use sniper rounds, even though it's a marksman rifle, nobody runs it. I actually saw someone run it for the first time tonight, which was very weird to see. But for the people that do run it, it is a lot of fun. It's just not very viable when you're having to engage in enemies from far, and if you're not playing solos. I mean, it shoots like a DMR. If you're not playing solos, going through, two guys with 20 rounds is very tough. I mean, you have to hit your shots, but it's a fun gun to use. But it's just not. It's just missing that what the DMR and Type 63 were. And coming in at number 6 is the Pelington. Now, Pelington. I really wanted this gun to be good. I thought it was going to be the best gun for Warzone. Reminded me, it looked a lot like, the SPR. I really had high hopes for it, and it just did not perform. I absolutely love this gun in Cold War. It's a lot of fun to use, hits hard. It's a very, very viable sniper, quick ADS. But then when you get in a Warzone, ADS feels a little off, and then the bullet drop and damage is just really bad. So, unless you're up for the challenge and you like the challenge of using it, and I just don't recommend this sniper. It'd probably be one of my last choices for sniper if I had to pick one, and which is terrible because I really really like this gun, and in Cold War, and it's just not a good gun in Warzone. Coming in at number 5 is the FR556, or also known as the Famas. Now, the problem with the Famas is it is a 3-round burst, whereas the M16 from Cold War and the AUG from Cold War are also 3-round burst. This gun is nowhere near them. If you remember, it was broken obviously with the front attachment, the underbarrel with the shotgun. It was very broken, so it got nerfed. And they tried to buff it to make it be used a little bit more, but no one used it, and for a reason. It's just not good. If you are not up close, you are only hitting one of those bullets. If you recall from my top 10 list on the top Warzone guns, I had the AUG at my number 1. I absolutely love the gun from short to medium range. It does a lot of damage. This gun is what the AUG should have been for Modern Warfare, and it just was not. And I don't think I've ever seen anybody run it that wasn't exploiting that underbarrel shotgun attachment. So FAMAS, not good. At number 4, we have the KSP 45. Now, this is a SMG that is a little bit different than the others on the list. Mobility is obviously great, good range, decent damage, decent accuracy, but the problem is the fire rate and how it shoots. It is not an automatic gun. It is a 3-round burst SMG, which when you are using an SMG, you are pushing buildings, you are using the high fire rate with the low recoil and in short ranges, to take down enemies. When you're sitting there having to run into a building and you're having to tap as fast as you can or click as fast as you can, then it's not a viable option. So this SMG, although it is decent, it will never be used unless someone figures out something broken with it, like they seem to always do with some of these guns. Unless something's broken with it, I do not see this gun being used. It's just as of right now, it's probably the bottom of the list of the SMGs, just because it is that 3-round burst. And now we're into our top 3, and at number 3 is the 725 shotgun. Now, if you have used this shotgun, obviously in Gulag, or picked it up on the ground, I'm sorry. It's so bad. It is a 2-shot shotgun that, granted, it does say it has good range and good damage, but you're just not going to use this gun. It's pointless to have in this game. It's there because obviously for the gun enthusiasts that if I'm using this gun, I'm using it to go duck hunting. Like I'm not using this gun in Warzone as a viable option to push somebody. That especially this gun needs to be used close range. If you're using this gun close range and you don't hit both shots, and they have an SMG, you are spending your entire time reloading while he just absolutely melts you with the SMG. So this gun really has no purpose being in the game, and I don't know why it's in the game, unfortunately. I mean, it looks cool, but no, don't use it. And my number 2 pick is the VLK Rogue. I absolutely hate this gun. If anybody's ever been in my stream that's watching this, you'll know that I cannot stand this gun. Not more than my number 1, because the number 1 I literally will just drop on the ground and just use a pistol. Um, but this shotgun, I don't know what it is, but it pisses me off more than anything when I have to use this, and especially if I'm in Gulag and I'm the last person alive on my team, or I'll just quit the game. I absolutely hate this. I know it had a little bit of resurgence when it introduced the Dragon's Breath, but still, at the same time, I cannot stand this gun. I hate how it aims. I hate everything about it. Um, I'm sorry if you like this gun. I know this is more of a personal opinion at number 2 for me. But some people might like it. I absolutely cannot stand it. Um, but anyways, that's my opinion of the VLK Rogue. Just get rid of it. I'll never use it. I will literally drop it and try and fight fists in the Gulag, then use this gun. And at number 1 is obviously the Dragunov. I'm a big fan of snipers in this game, and this thing is absolutely horrendous. Modern Warfare, Activision, Treyarch did not do this gun any justice from the past Modern Warfare games and the games that this has been in. This thing was absolutely horrible from top to bottom. I mean, you cannot even sit there without holding your breath aiming and be able to hold on anything. It literally sways more than any other gun in this game. And to be honest, you know, through literally the transition from Modern Warfare over to Cold War with Warzone, I have yet to ever see anybody actually run this gun in a loadout, whether it's just for memes or for fun. I mean, the only chance I would ever even think about you running this gun would be if someone popped in my stream and offered me money to use this thing. It's that bad. There's no point to having this game when there's just so many other options. It is literally the bottom of the list of anything that I would even contemplate using. It's just an absolute all around terrible gun. I want it to be good because the stats are decent, but it's just so bad when it comes to any engagement. Best thing it's got for it is that it's semi-auto, but even then, if you get one shot out of 3 on target, it'd be impressive.